The theme: beach vacation, medieval history, space constellations of the universe, or whatever. Hello everyone, my name is Micha and I would like to talk to you about designing your own board game. I will show you in this video how you get along the way from your first idea to a finished prototype. First of all, we start with a game theory. Sounds a little bit boring, I know, but it's necessary to go step by step. First of all, the question, what is a game actually? But there are so many definitions out there. Look them up for yourself. The more important question is, what does a good game need? So, I give you my opinions about it. Of course, it's really individual. But in my opinion, first of all, you need clear rules. Like if the rules of your game are a bit like flurry or too much details and so on, it won't be a fun experience to play when you're always making mistakes or it's even hard to get in the game. Second, aesthetics. It has to look nice in my opinion. If the game mechanic, which I will explain later what a mechanic is, if the game mechanic is really nice, but the game looks horrible or like the illustrations are just like really shitty, forget it. It's really nice if you just walk by some people who are playing a game and you see like, oh wow, that looks nice, and it's pulling you in. Like that's how a game should be. Like you look at it and it's saying, oh, that looks nice. How does it work? Like I want to learn it. So first step, good aesthetics. Third of all, emotions. If the game is able to create a lot of emotions inside you, it's good. Even if these emotions are bad ones, like frustration or fear or anger or whatever. If they're just a little bit in this game, that's perfect. On the other hand, you have the good emotions: fun, joy, euphoria. Don't know. If you always just have good emotions, it can be a bit boring as well. So you want a good mixture between good emotions and sometimes a sprinkle of bad emotions. That's making a really good game. And the result of these 3 points before is fun. If you make them well, you have fun while playing the game, and that's the core element of a game. Of course, you want to have fun, otherwise you wouldn't play a game. Keep this in mind that it always needs to be fun, especially when you try to create an educational board game. If you want to teach people, it's so crucial to include a lot of fun, otherwise people won't learn a thing. So keep this in mind. Now is the question, how to create your own board game. First of all, set the game frame. Ask yourself 3 questions. First question, what is the topic? Personally, I'm starting with the theme. I like it to have the idea of the whole thing I want to do, and then pull out the mechanisms out of this theme. A lot of people do it other way around. They first try to have nice mechanisms and then look, oh, what kind of theme would fit on this mechanism. Second question, what do you want to achieve with your game? Do you want that the player just have a nice time, having fun while playing your game? Gives them some information, some knowledge, show them about problems out there. Do you want to teach them some skills? And third question, who is your target group? It's a huge difference of creating a game for children or for adult geeks who are really into 1 week long board game simulations of Second World War. I mean, you need to be clear about your target group. Families, adults, children. So be clear about this, or that dictates how complex the game could be. I would suggest to take your own group, like the one you are in, like your age, your interests. After you have your game frame, get inspired by the diversity of games out there. It's a huge diversity, and you better check them out yourself. A good source is Board Game Geeks. It's basically a database about all the board games in the world. You can focus on 3 different questions during your research. Look at the type of the game. Shall it be a card game, a dice game, a gamble, quiz game, jigsaw, whatever? How shall it be played? Is it cooperative, where every player is playing together against the game, or are there teams, or is it one versus all, or whatever? And a really important question is, what is the goal of your game? These questions sometimes get answered during the creative process, but it's good to have a little idea about it. As soon as you have the game frame, you can start the creative process. I know this is a little bit difficult for a lot of people, that's why I'm helping you out by a little bit like a guide through the creative process for game developing. You have your game frame, you have the theme, and now note down everything you connect to this theme. First-hand experience, emotions, stories, objects, words, some situations, whatever pops into your mind, write it down. Can be completely nonsense, can be fun, can be useful, can be useless, whatever. Just get into the mode and into the emotion of this theme, if there are any emotions in there. Which better should, because otherwise it could be a little bit boring. When you have your ideas, go to the mechanics. And I will now explain what is a game mechanic. It's a difference to a rule. A rule would be you are allowed to roll the dice twice. That's a rule. But to have a game which allows you to roll a lot of dice, or like rolling dice, is actually a mechanic, or deck building, or area control, or worker placement. That are mechanics. And you can get inspired by your favorite board game. What do you liked while playing the game? Also look at the game material you might already have in mind. Like if you have cards or dice or meeples, boards, whatever. For example, dice. Are you using just the simple 6-sided dice with numbers on, or do you want to use colors as well, or symbols on the dice, and so on? If you have now all your ideas of your insights and the mechanics, and they somehow a few fit together, now you need to combine those mechanics to kind of a rough idea of a game. It's really important to sort out some of the ideas, and this is during the whole process. You need to learn to get rid of your ideas. It's really easy to overload a game with extra rules and special things and mechanisms, which may be fun for you, and in single they are fun, but if you put them all together they can be a bit overwhelming. So learn how to dismiss some of your ideas. Sometimes you need to recheck your game frame. Is the game I'm having in mind now, is it still what I want to achieve? Is it still fitting to the topic? Is it still my target group? Keep in mind your game frame. And sometimes you can even change it a little bit. If you had a really nice idea for something which is not really fitting to the topic anymore, you maybe change the topic a little bit. And if you realize, oh well, it's kind of educational, maybe it's a bit too heavy or too boring because you're focusing on a realistic scenario, put some fun elements in. Especially when you want to make an educational game, the fun can't be missing. Sometimes it's really easy to just add some fantasy element or some science fiction or zombies or whatever. For example, in one of my workshops, the theme was herbs, like kitchen herbs and plants and how to use them. And that was the beginning idea, and in the end it was still about herbs, but put into a frame of zombie apocalypse, where the people need to gather all these different herbs to protect themselves from the virus of the zombies and so on. So your first idea, I want to teach people about herbs, can be still implemented in a really fun or more appealing situation. It doesn't need to be like the boring realistic one. So as soon as you have your mechanisms connected, you can actually start to write down a rough idea of your game. What is the goal of the game? What is the main mechanism? How is it played? And so on. And then you already can start to create your prototype. Keep it simple, really, like don't get too detailed about illustrations or how you word your sentences. Really just you need to get a feeling, because you can't simulate everything in your brain. Put it on the table and play the first round. After the first round you will change a lot anyway, so don't get too attached to your first prototype. That's it for now. Get out there, create your own games. I wish you all the best for it. Bye.